In this video, you will learn what the prerequisites for the usage of the WASH KAP mapper are, as well as how the tool functions. The WASH KAP mapper is an online tool to help you map out the results of a UNHCR WASH KAP survey. To find the tool, all you need to do is go to wash.unhcr.org and Monitoring System, Annual Household Survey and KAP Mapper. And the prerequisites for using this tool is to have used both the global WASH KAP mobile template that you will have adapted to your needs and that you can find in the preparation menu here in XLS form format, and that you will have then used Kobo to actually collect that data. So once your data collection is finished, you can go to your Kobo project, click on the data, and go to the download menu. And in the download menu, you'll need to be very careful choosing the export type and value and header format, making sure that it is CSV and XML values and headers that is chosen. And you can export your data. And once it is exported, you download it and store it in a relevant folder on your desktop. And then you can go back to the KAP mapper and either, in your case, select the CSV in question on your computer. In my case, I'll just press Demo Fake Dataset to show you the rest of the app. And we'll go over the base map aspect a bit later. And so here you have your indicators, or at least your households, mapped out. To be able to visualize the indicators themselves, all you need to do is come here and select the indicator you're interested in. It's actually calculated based on the thresholds that UNHCR indicates. So for example, for the quantity of water per person per day collected at household level, you will see if each household meets the indicator or not. Of course, the information is not very interesting at an individual level, seeing as maybe a household hasn't collected water the previous day, but it's more to give you a general geographical dispersion of the data to analyze. You can, however, still click at the individual level to get more information, such as the precise numbers and a couple of extra informations that can help inform that specific indicator. So in this case, you also see the distance from the household to the closest potable water collection point that is actually collected through a question in the survey. How long does it take to go to the closest water point? And automatically 80 meters equals 1 minute is included in the calculation. And you can actually compare this with the distance as the crow flies to the closest borehole infrastructure point. Now, this borehole infrastructure point is a layer of data that comes directly from another WASH app that you can find here in Monitoring System, GIS portal. And this is the hand and foot pump app for the whole of UNHCR, where you can visualize all of the boreholes and their relevant information. So it's this layer that is shown here. You can then, of course, export your map, giving it a name, and then click Export, which gives you a bit an easier interface to actually print screen and put in a report. You can also change the layout to portrait if you wish. In the app or here in the export possibilities, you can actually also add buffers around the boreholes that you see. And you can hide the map controls if you wish, so all you need to do is make a print screen to have this in your report. The last point to be seen is the question of the base map. By default, the data that is visible is the OpenStreetMap data that is often very complete on a certain number of refugee camps. But you might also want to visualize another source of data. This other source of data is what we call the UNHCR site mapping database. So if you go to maps.unhcr.org and geoservices, you'll see that here you have a camp mapping application for most of UNHCR site mapping entities. And when you go to a given area, so here for example the Mbera refugee camp in Mauritania, you can decide to show or hide different features if you wish. So I just showed the WASH infrastructure networks and water points also. So if you were in such a context that has been mapped out with this level of detail, you see that it's a very detailed app, you would be able to visualize the WASH infrastructure and the rest of the information also here as base map, which gives you two options in terms of source of data. And in the same way, here in the calculation, the distance, the closest active hand-foot, so this comes from the GIS portal of boreholes that I showed you first. And the second one, if you had site mapping data, would also be calculated based on the closest active tap stand. So like here. As a summary, you need to download your data from Kobo in CSV format, XML values and headers to be able to then import them into the WASH KAP mapper, visualize the indicators that you're interested in, and then export your map to get a print screen for a report.